Good morning. This is Problem Machine, and I'm playing some more Dark Souls. Dark Souls 1. I kind of wanted to put a number after that, but there isn't a number to go there. So, I spent just a few minutes doing a little bit of farming, because I really wanted to try out this Baldur Sword, which I hear is kind of the dexterity weapon. And I got a little bit lucky. Like, sometimes it takes a long time to get this, I think. It doesn't have a very high drop rate, but I found it pretty quick. I got it upgraded to +6. I also got some armor while I was at it, because I was farming the same, the Baldurs who drop this stuff. So I got Baldur Side Sword +6. Hopefully this will work out for me, because I used that large Titanite shard I found on it. But without further ado, let's start in on Sen's Fortress. So, this is a place that can either, if it goes well, it can go really quickly, and it's not that, in some ways it's not that hard, but also if I mess up, I just die. Which, I guess I say about a lot of things in Dark Souls, but that's kind of the game it is. There's a lot of traps, most of them more subtle and more dangerous less subtle and more dangerous than that one. Like, most of the traps are pretty in your face. Oh. Why am I doing so little damage? That feels like very little damage to me. Maybe I'm just used to playing strength characters who pack a little bit more punch, but wow. Well, hopefully that won't be too big an issue. I mean, I have a pretty good weapon, supposedly. What is my 188 versus... It would still be 188 with this. Yeah? So I'm doing the exact same damage as I was with the Uchi Katana. Oh wait, 184 versus 188. My bad. Well, approximately the same damage I would be with the Uchi Katana, with a little bit more range and less weight. I don't know. Well, I can always go back to the Uchi Katana. I mean, right now I'm stuck with the upgrade level I've got, but once I get through this area, wow, I'm getting pretty framey here. It seemed like I did a little bit of research on the frame rate issue I've been having, and I think what's going on is some of the more recent NVIDIA drivers kind of broke DSFix, which oh gosh, oh, disaster. So, this is I'm not used to this kind of character. Like, this is where my unfamiliar with dexterity characters really is becoming obvious, because I'm really used to being able to hit hard enough to stun. So, like, that's why I'm kind of going in for an attack when it probably seems kind of stupid to do so, is I'm used to basically being able to cancel their attack with my attack. Now, I don't know if you can even see poise damage in this game, or if that's how it works. So I can't really tell by looking what kind of stun this weapon has. So I don't know, maybe this Baldur Side Sword thing ain't gonna work out. I'll try it for a bit though and see how it goes. I may want to have a shield for this area, even though, I kind of mostly wanted to go shieldless. There's like those ranged guys here who are very difficult to deal with when you don't have any way of blocking their attacks. Oh, he did trigger that. I thought he didn't for a second. I thought he jumped over it. So yeah, he jumped around the pillar. Not off to a great start here. God, even the backstab. And I don't have the bleed for secondary damage with this weapon. Like, because that's how I took out Havel with the Uchi katana. I can't remember if I finished what I was saying, but basically NVIDIA broke DSFix. Like, DSFix no longer works unless I roll back my NVIDIA drivers, which I didn't really have time to do before the stream, because I think that would probably take like 20 minutes or something, because it takes a couple of reboots and all that. It's a real pain in the ass. Fantastic. I'm not used to this being difficult at all. I mean, yeah, there's stuff that can go wrong here, but I'm not used to just these standard snake guys giving me an issue. And I'm not sure how to handle it. This run is looking less speedy with every moment. I guess I'm gonna have to pull that guy out and deal with him like one-on-one, or run around him or something. How did they not trigger the trap? Ugh. That's terrible. Shit. This is like what I thought was going to be a fairly minor challenge is shaping up to get kind of ugly here. Why don't I go back to the Uchi katana just for a second and see how that works for me. At this rate, probably what I'm going to do is, at least for a little while, once I get there, switch to the lightning spear, because these weapons are not doing the job I need them to do here. Fortunately, the lightning spear is not very far away. Also, everything about these guys' attacks is kind of messing with my head here. Like, that doesn't look like it should hit to me. And I was trying to roll around him, but I got caught on his shield. So this is the point where my decision to kindle that bonfire earlier is coming in pretty handy. So I don't know, maybe I should just start shielding it up, because I'm having a really hard time with just dodging their attacks. Not least because this level doesn't give you a lot of room to maneuver. I do seem to be doing a little bit better with the Uchi katana. Like, supposedly the Baldur's Side sword is really good, but I'm not feeling it on my first try here. I mean, comparing it to the Uchi katana, I don't have the bleed damage. I'm doing a little bit less normal damage. It seems to have higher stamina use. Maybe a little bit longer range. The main advantage it has comparatively, it has that poke, which is pretty nice. It's nice to have a poke. It makes a big difference, but if I can't set it up, and if everything else is weaker, I'm going to put a shield on for this, because this is where you really need one, is for this guy here. Lightning. Yeah, let's put on the wooden shield just to block this. The wooden shield, like, people don't tend to regard it very highly because it doesn't have 100% physical, which is something that feels very important early on. But I think it's actually quite good in like basically every other way. It has good stability. Those will come in handy. But I'll have to decide which sword to apply them to. You know, at this rate, it's probably going to be the katana. As much as I was looking forward to playing with the Balder side sword, it's not doing super well for me. That was stupid. I'm not used to doing less damage with one-handing. Okay, there's a lot going on right there. One thing I was like, oh, I have a poke with the katana when I'm one-handing it, which I didn't realize, which is pretty cool. There's no follow-up attack, though. But, oh, I just realized I went over my weight limit, too. Oh, let's get rid of this Fang Boar helm. Like, it's just not really worth the trouble. Oh wait, I can upgrade too. Yeah. I'll upgrade when I can come back here in the cages later. So I was excited about the poke, and I thought that because of that I could just push that battle. It occurs to me I should probably do that. Yeah, see that bleed? It's really, well, now that I have the souls, I'm just gonna run back and upgrade this a couple times. It adds so much damage. I mean, it's basically because it's a status element that's designed to be useful, like, throughout the game. It means that early on, even if your weapon isn't very strong in terms of raw damage, to reinforce, modify. The upgrade system in this game is not intuitive a lot of the time. Okay, katana plus 7. Like the fact that you have to upgrade it to plus 5, then ascend it, which is like you don't expect to have to ascend to do something different to get from plus 5 to plus 6 than you do have to do to get from like 3 to 4 or whatever. That's not well communicated, and I'm sure it's a sticking point for a lot of people. I think it probably was for me, but I can't remember. Like, I think I must have just found it by playing around in the menus and figuring out what was there. But, at first, it's pretty confusing. That's a pretty big difference. Yeah, that's more like it. Whew. That little upgrade made a big difference. So I don't know, maybe I can handle this place a little bit better now. Those first couple of goes were not encouraging. Yeah, that's more like it. I have some actual stun now too. So when I try and push the attack like I always want to, I can do that, and it doesn't always get me killed. Let's see. Do I want to go up there? Probably not. Probably just gonna run through. Oh, this guy wants to fight. There we go. So this is more like it. This is what I wanted to do. So I guess as much as I wanted it, Baldur's Side Sword is just not my style. So there's a quick way to do this. I'm not going to do it the quick way. I'm going to do it the normal way, which involves running after the rock. The quick way involves running up against where the rock is coming from and likely getting run over. But also this way involves picking up the lightning spear, which I would like to have just in case I need it. I was hoping, like, I had a Slack chat open during the stream last time, and I was hoping that was where a lot of the framiness was coming from. But even without that, it's still not running great. And I tried testing it, and the test did not show framiness. Like, I tested it with a little bit of a recording, rather than streaming it, which should take up a lot of the same resources. Because, you know, it still needs to encode the video and all that, which I thought was the main slowdown. And I'm not going to bother rescuing Logan or anything like that. I can't yet anyway. I need to get the key before I can do that. Ouch. Let's just top off. I should have plenty to get to the bonfire before hit points become an issue. Now these get tricky. There's a different timing for each of these sets of pendulums. And they look similar, but you have to move through them differently. Can't hear. There's somebody after me. I think there's a lot more large titanite here. Yeah, see, I can't quite kill them on one stamina bar, but I can kill them with one more attack. Okay, 2 more large titanites. That's enough for another level of attack on this, which I'll probably take advantage of once I unlock the cages. And there's a guy that sells large titanite ahead too, so between the two of them I should be able to get this to plus 10. Okay. Like, I really favor an aggressive style, where I just keep on pushing in. Oh, hi, I didn't notice there was somebody in the chat. Hello, superhero. Let me change things so I can see chat a little bit better. No, I still haven't gotten Dark Souls 3 running. At this point, I'm basically just waiting for them to patch it up so I can do that. Yeah, I'm currently in Sen's Fortress, which is, as you aptly observe, is fun. Many people like to call it Sen's Funhouse for that reason. It's pretty intense on a first playthrough. Like on subsequent playthroughs, you know everything that's coming, so it's not quite so stressful. But man, this guy is just a huge jerk. So, oh, so it's a ranged fight you want, is it? So I can just use some fire bombs to make that happen and now we have this little bit of nerve-wracking fun. As I said, each of these have a different timing. So this one, it looks like you can just run through it, and maybe you can if you time it perfectly, but it's really so much safer. Oh, god damn it. That's not as disastrous as it looks. I don't think. I'm pretty sure there's a way to just run back up to where I just was, but wow. Oh, maybe it was as disastrous as it looks. God damn it. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, this was not what I wanted. I forgot that drop was there. Let's see if I can figure this out. Okay, from here I can drop onto the bridge. This is going to put me back at the start of the level, which means I still need to deal with all the pendulums again, but just the pendulums. I've killed all the snakes, like this guy here. So now I can just run back up, past the pendulums. I gotta do this nerve-wracking bullshit again, but yeah, see, right back at the start. Oops. Now there's the boulder reset. Okay. I don't know what the trigger is. The basilisks. Which ones? Oh, you mean in the depths? Yeah, those guys, they're pretty scary. Especially, like, getting cursed is a huge pain in the ass. Have you gotten cursed, or are you just scared by them? And Dark Souls 2, there's basilisks all over the place, so I was like, where? Okay, now the boulder's reset, so I gotta run down to the bottom again. Yeah, the curse is really scary, because, again, once you know the game, you know where to go to get that removed, though it's still a pain in the ass, but if you get stuck with 50% hit points and you don't really know where to go, it tells you to go to New Londo, and that's not actually really where you want to go. You want to, if you've beaten the gargoyles, you want to go back to the gargoyles tower. There's a guy who sells purging stones there, or I believe the moss merchant in the sewers next to the Capra Demon also sells purging stones, which will remove the curse. So, like, the guy in New Londo Ruins, he's the guy who will remove it for free, but it's such a pain in the ass to actually get to him. It's really not the way you actually want to solve that problem. Okay, back up to the bridge. Now this is the one that you want to run through all at once. One thing that makes timing that stuff a little bit easier is the edge, like the sides of the pendulums don't hurt. So once you kind of have an opening, you can just kind of press up against them. Like, as long as you don't get hit by the edges, you're fine. Yeah, that guy sells a lot of useful stuff. He also sells homeward bones, which I use, you know, they're incredibly useful. So whenever I go back there, I just buy like 10 or 20 of them. And you kind of always want to have a purging stone on you just in case. Like, there's not a lot of guys in the game that curse you, but it's such a massive inconvenience when it happens. It's best to just have a purging stone if you can. Okay. Now, this is actually the recommended boulder farming spot, I guess, according to the wiki. I just went and farmed the earlier boulders for that sword that I ended up not liking, but oh well. You never know if you're going to like a weapon in Dark Souls until you actually try it. They're all just... It's all a matter of... Ooh, that's right, these guys are tougher than the earlier boulders. Treating them like they're the same enemy is probably unwise. You never really know, because it's such a personal taste thing, and also there's things that the stats that you look at on a wiki page or whatever don't really show. Like, it'll show the damage, and it maybe it has a vague description of the moves it does, but it doesn't tell you the stamina consumption usually, which is a huge part of how effective a weapon is, and it won't really tell you like the way the arc of the swing. You know, you can't really know that without trying it for yourself. Yeah, Curse is an intense status element in this game. Like, they toned it down a lot for Dark Souls 2, and used it. They made it a lot more commonplace too. You can still get the Stone Curse in Dark Souls 2, but it's basically just sort of a non-standard death. Like, and they integrated the hit point, the max HP loss mechanic a lot more. So rather than it just being like, oh, there's this one status element, once you get it, you're stuck at 50% hit points for a long time. It's like you lose max HP every time you die and are hollow until you use a humanity to go human. Which some people don't like, but I think it's cool. Okay, that's me getting too aggressive again. Here. You attack, I'll heal. No, not okay. I don't know if those Iron Knights can bleed or not. I kind of keep on staying into to hit more in the hopes that I'll trigger the bleed status and finish them off. But I don't know if that actually happens with those guys. I'm going to kill Rickard real quick because I kind of want to have his rapier maybe as an offhand weapon. There we go. That wasn't so bad. So I don't think dual wielding is generally very effective in Dark Souls 1, but it might be handy to have a light interrupt weapon like I was playing with in Dark Souls 2, where I had like a greatsword in my right hand and then a rapier in my left, so I could use the greatsword to kind of do my damage, and then the left to interrupt attacks. It was a pretty strong combo in PvP, not so much in just versus monsters, since they tend to not be smart enough that you need to rely on tricks like that. Oh, it's a parry on the left hand. Interesting. That's... I don't know how I feel about that, because the secondary attack for Ricard's rapier is really cool. Whatever. The other thing I can try out is putting on the Balder side sword in the left hand. See how that works. I'm going to go upstairs where I have a little bit more room to do this. I'm already down to 2 Estus. I guess that's from killing those Balders. Yeah. It's just a block. Interesting. That actually feels pretty good. I'm gonna just stick with two-handing for now, but that's an interesting thing to keep in mind for later. I don't know if there's much benefit to two-handing or to dual wielding in Dark Souls 1. I had a lot of fun doing it in Dark Souls 2. It's a jerk throwing bombs at me, if you couldn't guess by that. Okay, ow, ow. Well, at least that was an opportunity to get the sniper crossbow. I'm just gonna bone back to the bonfire and then run through again and ignore the boulders so I don't lose a bunch of hit points. Okay, thanks for watching. I don't get a lot of viewers, so I appreciate it whenever somebody pops their head in. And sleep well. Okay, so that bridge that I fell off of like a big dummy, that's how you get to the guy that sells more large Titanite shards, which is why I was trying to get over there. I don't need a lot, but I need 1 to finish upgrading my Uchi Katana to plus 10. Oh man. This is an area where the frame rate issues, once more, make themselves noticeable. This Balder's coming up after me. Maybe. I guess they don't leave that little enclosed area down there. Let's see. It's 8:30. Oh man, I mean, it's not super slow progress. It's not fast progress for sure. There we go. Oh, and the other reason I'm coming over here is because you need to get the shortcut key. I'm going to turn it down a bit since those bombs are super loud. Okay. So I need, that's at 2. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I need 3 more, which I can't buy. Let's see if I can burn souls to buy that. Gonna have a lot more souls before too long. I definitely want to hang on to the soul of Kalog. Ah, that helped. Okay, that got me right there. So, 3. That gives me 7, which lets me upgrade all the way up to plus 10, which is the most standard upgrade I can have right now. I didn't know this guy sold the Siegfried set.
So you're that good?
What do you mean? I just bought a bunch of Titanite. Siegmeyer, sorry, not Siegfried. I knew there was something wrong about that, but I couldn't remember what it was right away. So now that I have that titanate, there's a shortcut a little ways ahead that I need a key that's down here to open. There's a snake. That's what I call serpentine. And all the way back up the stairs. Especially when I'm having frame rate issues like this, I'm always super paranoid about just falling off. And then, like, having to make that jump across the gap again. And maybe messing that up and losing all my souls or something. Not that I have enough to make me really scared of losing them at the moment, but... Okay, come on. There we go. And there's a boulder on the left here. He keeps on trying to go into the riposte stance, but I know if I attack too quickly, he never gets a chance. And the shortcut is in here. To actually get out of here, I'm going to have to run past some snakes. A little bit scary. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Fortunately, this guy is not between me and the exit. So I can just kind of jog through here. And then there are two guys on my left and right ahead. And I can just split between them and run down the middle. I was hoping that would hit them in the back, but apparently not. Okay, and by resting here, I can bump myself back up to 10 Estus. And by going down here, I can get myself a plus 10 Uchi katana. If I was really going for speed, I probably would just use that lightning spear I got, since that would not require me to run all the way down here. Oh well. And see, I have just enough of the large titanite. Okay. So now this is a pretty good weapon, and I think my long-term goal is going to be to turn this into a Chaos Blade. And the thing is, that Chaos Blade, it takes hit points to use. Like, whenever you swing it, it does a little bit of damage to you. So this is actually another reason why I'm kind of looking at other weapons at the same time, is because I actually might want to have that and only use it some of the time. I may want to, like, have a Baldur side sword or a lightning spear. I don't know about a lightning spear, but, you know, something for general... Ooh, there we go. And excuse me, sir. I have places to go. Just for your general purpose, like low-level monster killing, I may want to have something like that. I don't know. I'm not sure what it would be. I could run down to Blight Town and grab it on the Ito, but I don't know. I'm gonna cross that bridge when I come to it. Titanite shard. So there's a guy I can summon, which I'm probably not gonna. I'm not human anyway, so I wouldn't be able to without going back to the bonfire. Oh, I should go back to the bonfire. Do I want to do that? Oops. Yeah, fuck you, physics. I'll punch you right through this wall. Gotta love that bleed damage. This guy gives me, I think, a Titanite chunk, which starts me up to the plus 15 upgrades on the path to that. Unfortunately, the Ember I need to get the rest of the way down that path is still quite a ways away, so not really much I can do with it at the moment. Okay, I'm just gonna fight this guy, because this guy's not very hard, and that wasn't that long a run. He looks scary. Okay. Because he is a Dark Souls boss, you want to get in on his crotch. Oh! Oh no, is he going to toss me off? Yep, there I go. I got too aggressive. I got spiked off the building. This guy, like... Again, it seems like I was being really over-aggressive, but actually the reason for that is because if you do enough damage to him quickly enough, he like starts stumbling and you can just keep on following it up. So there was a reason why I was like really over-eager there, but it blew up in my face. So, you know, don't do what I do. Running in past these guys. Across the bridge. Oh, don't do what I do. Don't do what I do. Oh, cheater. Okay, whatever. It was like 8,000 souls. It's not that big a deal. And it's not Dark Souls 2 where all the souls that you get contribute to your soul memory, and you kind of get punished for losing them. Just a second. Had to have a sip of water. Okay. Back up the tower. It shouldn't take too long to get back up again. Well, you just saw me get back up again. Most of the way. Well... Okay, I guess not. I guess I just fell off the bridge, didn't I? Took me a moment to remember what just happened. Memories like that, I just block them out. That never happened. What are you talking about? Okay, just jog through. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Jog through. And then... Whoop, goodbye. Oh, no. Okay, goodbye. Excuse me, sir, you are blocking my way. Goodbye. 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 Oh, there's a bug in my face. And up, 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 up. Around. Jerk with a crossbow. That guy who I killed before, he was the one who was throwing bombs, and he doesn't respawn, so I don't have to worry about those ever again for this run. Iron Golem. Now really, if I want to play it safe, I can wait for him to get out here to the middle. Hello. Nope. Again? Oh, ouch, ouch. That still hurts even if he doesn't spike you off the building, doesn't it? Okay. Okay, here's what I wanted to happen. And then I can attack this other leg. Come on. There, and he stumbles more. And he's stunned for a good long time. If I'd done that right on the edge of the building, he would have fallen, but no such luck. Oh man, this is taking a while. Upsie daisy. Oh, I thought I was out of range. My bad. Chug. Oh! Oh no! Shit. And once more, that's an occasion when I'm so used to using strength weapons where, like, he would not get a chance to recover after I did that, after I stumbled him like that. And if I was using a plus 10, like Man Serpent Greatsword, that would have just been the end of the fight. So it seems like maybe, at least versus, at least when you're playing against bosses and stuff, maybe dexterity weapons are just kind of not as good. I mean, Dark Souls, they put a lot of effort into weapon balance in Dark Souls 2, but Dark Souls isn't really like that. It's just kind of, every weapon is what it is, and maybe that's good and maybe it isn't. But you just kind of roll with it. Goodbye. Ow! Poked me right through the cage. So it's not, I don't think it's something they really worried about if the game was just harder, like with certain types of builds than with others. Nor do I'm not saying they necessarily should have worried about that either. Like, single-player games don't need to be balanced. Maybe, you know, your wizard who can warp the fabric of reality is allowed to be a little bit stronger than, you know, your guy with a slab of metal. He always opens with that. So actually, oh, god damn it. And this is what I get for saying this guy is easy. It seems like it just, depending on your build, it just completely changes who's easy and who's hard. I don't know. Because this guy's a joke with a strength build. Like, even on my first time through the game, I lost to him like once, maybe. Though it also depends on playstyle and stuff. It's not just your character, it's who you are as a player. Excuse me. Excuse me. Goodbye. Okay. Goodbye. Fuck you. Shoot me with a crossbow. And that guy has like no hit points. So I don't know what's up with these boulders. Like, some of them are a lot tougher than the ones before that guy. Even though he just has a crossbow, like, I don't know why that would make him so much more fragile. There's a gnat right in my face. Okay. Something just gave me 1,000 souls. Oh, nuts. A major innovation that Dark Souls 2 brought in is giving enemies multiple lock-on points, which would be really nice right now. Like right now, I kind of, if I lock onto him, I'm not targeting my attacks the way I want to, and if I don't, I have a very hard time seeing what he's doing while I'm attacking. And also can just easily lose track of him. Oh man, at this rate, Ornstein and Smo are just gonna go great, aren't they? Oh well, back in. Jog, jog, jog. Run, run, run. Run, run away. Goodbye. Bet. He always gets that one shot in through the cage. Let's see. Which direction am I going? I can... Yeah, that's a glimpse into my brain. I can do that route like 5 times in a row, and then on the 6th time I'm like, wait, which direction do I go from here? I'm confused. Poke. Oh, it was the grab. I'm right in front of him. Okay, good. I was in the right spot. Okay, I think that leg is stumbling, so I want to not kick. There we go. Oh, he didn't fall. Though he reaches back, so maybe that's what I want to do. Let's just wait for him to reach back. No, he doesn't. Ouch. I'm just gonna top off. I have plenty of Estus left. Oh! Longer range on that than I thought. No, okay, I'm fine, I think. Okay, there we go. Mission accomplished. Let's get out of here. Over to Anor Londo. Okay, I'm in Anor Londo. Good deal. Good job. Congratulations, me. That took more tries than I wanted it to, but so it goes. Lots of souls. I'll just use those to level up, I guess. I guess part of how this is the dexterity strength balance is supposed to work out is you kind of get more for your scaling points because you hit faster with dexterity weapons. In this game in particular, like in Dark Souls 2, they don't attack nearly as much faster as you would expect. So let's see what I can do about the damage thing. Maybe two. And let's get some endurance while I'm at it. That's a little bit of hit points. Okay. That was what I meant by getting a lot of souls as I went ahead. Like, I probably should have grabbed the Firekeeper Soul in New Londo while I was down doing stuff, but whatever. There's a treasure chest on the left and the right, but I don't know if they have anything I want. I think maybe they have a Demon Titanite, which I'm going to want once I make a Chaos Blade, but nothing urgent. And it's actually not going to be too hard to get back here once I go ahead and open all the shortcuts. Like, it's hard to get back at first, but once you open up the area, it isn't. So I'll see about rolling back my drivers a little bit before the next stream and see if I can make that work. I don't know how far I need to go. Oh, that's right, there's a gargoyle here. Oh. Okay, that didn't go well. I forgot I needed to kill that gargoyle. I guess I don't need to, but I'm going to. Because if I don't, then he's going to be an even bigger pain in the ass later on. Okay, rematch. Oh, that was an attack. I thought he was just repositioning. Oh, I thought that killed him. Not quite. Okay. There we go. That's what you get. There's a little bit of Demon Titanite ahead, which I think is what I'm going to need to upgrade my Chaos Blade, so I may as well start stocking up on it now. Oh gosh, this frame rate. Yeah, like I said, I'll experiment with rolling back my drivers. This is also something that a lot of people are having problems with Dark Souls 3, where something in the NVIDIA drivers is fucking up their performance. And it's just like, NVIDIA, man, get your shit together. Up the pillar. This, I know I'm trying to go quick, but fuck that. Okay, I jogged a little bit. This, as as somebody who suffers a little bit from agoraphobia, you know, it's not crippling or anything, but I feel it. Man, this game is brutal sometimes. Okay. Top off. Like, this bit in particular just destroys my brain. In a way that video games very rarely do. Like, I don't know, it seems like they often have high areas in games in a way that sort of defangs them, whereas this, it really feels high to me. Maybe it's because there's kind of some verisimilitude to the architecture here that makes it feel realer. It's hard to say. I'm just going to let him do this because he only has like 4 or 5 of these. And wow, or more. And once they run out, he does something stupid like that. Smoosh. That's pretty much how I deal with all of these guys. Why didn't I get souls? Did I get souls? Did he survive that fall somehow? That just makes an item drop for later. I don't even remember if it's one I want, but hey, you know, I'm up here, may as well make that shit happen. It always weirded me out that that chandelier doesn't even make a noise. Like, am I so far up that I can't hear a chandelier landing? I wonder if that was a decision or just the way things turned out. Because it certainly makes this whole area feel a little bit spookier when you can't hear something like that. Oh, he didn't do something stupid. Oh, I thought I could one-hit these guys. I did something stupid. But he still did something stupid by fighting somebody in the rafters. And more specifically, by fighting me in the rafters. Pretty stupid. Oh, good, just two. Yep. Dumb. See, that time I got souls. I don't know what happened. Oh. That's the thing. Other thing is, like, you don't really have very precise control over your movement sometimes in these games. Okay. We're done here. Slide. Now the most important part is activating this thing so that the areas are connected now. Sorry, the sound just went off for a moment. I just wanted to take a look at something. Oh, that's right, another gargoyle. Oops. Easy peasy. I'm surprised I didn't get a gargoyle tail axe for that, though. I chopped his tail right off. 5 Estus probably won't make a big difference. The next bonfire isn't that far away, it's just a pain in the ass to get to for reasons that will soon become self-evident. My first time through the game, I wanted to kill all the enemies all the time. And yeah, it's an assumption that you don't question a lot of the time. You just figure, oh, the best way to do this is to kill all the enemies. But sometimes you just need to run past. Well, you don't need to, but it just makes everything so much faster and easier if you do. Like, killing these guys each time, those guys are both, like, not super hard, but hard enough to make it a big deal to kill them every time. And each time you're at risk of messing up and dying. So just by running by, I no longer really have that risk much. That's not how you want to do that fight. Poke. Maybe I should have gotten more Estus. Oh well. I mean, if I die, that solves the problem. Come on. Yeah, I think you're expected to get more hits in with dexterity weapons, but a lot of the time, hitting somebody knocks them out of range. What's this over here? I've never looked at this. Oh, nothing, unfortunately. So this next section is just the first time through. I was like, "Oh my god, is this what I'm actually supposed to do?" I like didn't believe this is what I was supposed to do because it is just kind of. It feels like it's telling you not to do this. Okay, just gotta kill him, and then this other guy hypothetically gets easier. Whatever. I probably should have just run past these guys. There's nothing making me fight them. This fucking range! Okay. Heal, heal. Okay, now I can use humanity. Okay. This is the part I was talking about. This part, I was just like, are you for fucking real? Basically, any one of these arrows hits hard enough to just knock me off. Fortunately, as you get closer, they have a harder time adjusting their aim. So it's just a matter of rushing them down and not doing that. Oh well. I got my 10 Estus anyway. And next time I'm just going to run past those demons, since it's not too difficult to do and there's not much reason to fight them. It's not a bad weapon. I think. I don't actually know for sure. I was just talking before about how it depends so much on the moveset and everything. All these little details. So you know what? Probably just a mad dash for freedom is what's on tap here. The edge of my hand has fallen asleep. I probably don't hold things in a very ergonomic way. Excuse me. Excuse me. Goodbye. Sorry to bother you. Passing through. Excuse me. Oh, no, no, no. This might be a good time to have a shield, really. It would be helpful if I could get that running thrust on him there, but I need to stop running so I can roll under his arrow. Maybe I can do a roll into a run into a thrust. But yeah, the first time I was just like, are you serious? Is this really what you want me to do? Because everything you're kind of telling me with the design here is like, this is a secret back way, don't go this way unless you want extra challenge to get something cool. And it's kind of cool in some ways. It's cool that it kind of feels like you're breaking into this place, like by sneaking in through a broken window and crawling along the rafters and then hopping onto a flying buttress and running your way up. It's just that if you're sneaking your way in, why are there these guys who obviously expect you to do that? It stops feeling stealthy at that point and starts feeling like running into an obvious trap. Maybe that's intentional? But it is frustrating regardless, especially when it's not communicated that it is intentional. Like, running into an obvious trap, you have certain expectations doing that, but when it's not obvious to me that it's an obvious trap, I don't know. Excuse me. Have to take a moment to stop and adjust my sights on right here. Just, oh, these guys are being more difficult to lose than normally. Okay. Oh, jeez. See? Yeah, I should just have a shield out, because what I want to do there, or at least an easy way to do that, is just to get in that like little corner niche thing I was in there, and then just block his attacks. So let's change things up very slightly so I can do that. Most of these shields should suffice. I want the one with the highest stability, though. And 100% physical. Yeah, hollow soldier shield, as long as it's not too heavy. Well, actually, let's just go for the wooden shield. It has good stability and it's low weight. Yeah, I'm still well under the threshold for fast rolling. Actually, since I'm not fighting, I should just keep this out. Waiting for the elevator. I mean, these elevators are neither convenient nor safe. I'm not sure why they're the Anne Orlando standard. It's like, it's a completely automated elevator with no safety railing. I mean, it's kind of dangerous on the way down in-game, but really, if you think about it, it'd be really dangerous on the way up. It'd just snip your arm right off. Safety is, in so many ways, not a concern in the construction of Anne Orlando. Back up the stairs. Excuse me, excuse me. Excuse me. Yeah, I was pretty sure that was going to happen. which gives you those protective railings there. As the angle gets further away from them, you're more likely to get hit, so they actually, I think, needed to put those railings there to make this possible. Shit, shit, shit. What? What is the angle on that? It pushed me in the direction that is neither neither direction the arrow was moving or the direction that the wall was angled or anything. It bounced me off the wall. Oh jeez. And we gotta do this shit again. Down the elevator. Okay. I mean, there's at least less repetition here than there was in Titan Souls, I suppose, which is really just a whole lot of trial and error. Though the difference being, I've done this before. I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm just messing it up. Oh, and I guess I lost my souls, but who cares? It's not... It doesn't matter. Souls only matter when you need to use them for something. If it's just a level or two, it's not really relevant. That's another reason why the whole, I need to kill all the enemies approach gets outdated as you learn more about the game, is because you're not really grinding in a way that helps you. Because stats only do so much, especially after the first, after level 60 or so. Jerk. Just keep the shield up until he falls. Goodbye. Okay. Mission accomplished. Before I do anything else, I'm going to run directly the fuck in here and use the bonfire. And this is the part where I'm in sort of a point of no return for a little while. At this point, in order to get back to where I was before, I need to kind of clear out the area and open a couple of one-way passages or one-way doors. Do I have any new armor? I have gargoyle helms. Lots and lots of gargoyle helms. Fuck it, why not? Still well underweight.
Oh, there you are. You've been quite smooth. Anytime you see me, you let me.
Yeah, you and me, we're gonna fight Ornstein and Smo real soon. Oh, did I not rest? God, that would have been a fucking nightmare. I'm glad I actually took a little bit of damage so I could see that my health bar wasn't full and that I hadn't rested. Excuse me. Get butt stabbed. All the butt stab. Yeah, that strong attack is kind of weird. I don't know if it's strong enough to make up for how slow it comes out. Silver Knight up here. Come on. Come on, baby. Do the locomotion. Okay. And is there actually an enemy in here, or is it just the secret passage? Okay. Secret passage. There's down here. There's Havel's set and Dragon Tooth. There's a mimic with an occult club. There we go. Occult club. And join the occult club. Dragon Tooth. Havel's Great Shield. Half the Havel set. I guess it's too bulky to fit all in one chest. Well, at this point, let's it's still pretty hard to keep it under 25%, even with everything I've got. But let's find out. No, that's not a fast roll anymore. Well, let's go for something. Could just use Havel's gauntlets and the gargoyle helm. There we go. That's probably a lot more weight effective than the Fangbore helm, and a little bit more flexible. Because the Fangbore helm really only just does physical defense, whereas I think Havel's gear, it has pretty high defense in all categories. Though to do this I had to take off Baldur's armor. I don't know if that's really a net benefit, but fuck it. I'm not going to crunch numbers on stream to see which is better. It's not important enough for that. This is where the game gets real mimicky. Fortunately, they're not too hard as long as you know where they are. They don't even drop anything very good here. I think this guy's also a mimic. Oh, there's a... I heard footsteps, but I think it was just the archer at the end. Thought I was about to get attacked. In Scholar of the First Sin, the sort of definitive edition of Dark Souls 2, they made it so when you attack mimics like that, they'll like counterattack, which is it's good because it means that pretty much you can just auto win against a mimic in this game by just attacking hard as soon as you see it. Okay, let's deal with this guy. Ah, that was bad. That was an awful fight. I was not rolling in the directions I wanted to, and my timing was all off. It was a mess. It was a mess. I'm not making very fast progress anymore. Oh well. I don't know. I'll have to look up how much damage the Chaos Blade actually does to the person who swings it. Excuse me. I'm concerned that it might be too much. Oh. Disaster. This run, man, I don't know. It's not going great. I guess it was a little bit of a contradiction in terms to be like, oh, I'll do this quick run with a character type that I've never played before. Like, I don't think you really get to do that in Dark Souls. When I roll directly into them like that, what I'm actually trying to do is like angle a roll around them, but I'm not sure how feasible it is in the first place, and I also keep on messing it up. So okay, chug chug. Now I'm trapped in a corner. Look at this. I'm getting my shit kicked in by a Silver Knight. This is terrible. Terrible, terrible. I've lost my touch. Or I never had a touch for this kind of rapid attack type character. I'm gonna have to kindle that bonfire too. Especially at this rate, you know. Why am I even attacking this guy? Chug. Just to get stabbed through a goddamn wall. I hate spear guys. That was utterly not worth it. Spear guys, it's just super hard to tell how, like, what angle you're going to hit them at and what angle you're just going to bash against their shield at. And I keep on going after these entirely optional enemies, and I don't know why. It's very stupid of me. Just a clusterfuck is what it is. We got about 30 minutes left, and in that time, I would like to beat Ornstein and Smo, but I'm not sure if that's feasible at this point. So what I wanted is like that, but without the getting hit on the way in. Okay, not gonna fight this guy this time. I'm probably gonna end up fighting this guy just because I want my souls back. Unfortunately, you can't parry while two-handing a weapon in this game. There's a lot of weapons you can with in Dark Souls 2. Let's see, from here, can't open this. There's a guy on the right here. And I wanted to roll, but I didn't roll. Gosh. You know what? I'm gonna try out this the lightning spear and see if that works out any better for me. I suppose I could also try the occult club, but that scales with faith, and I don't really have that. I should try out this weapon or this attack set before I do. Okay, poke, 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 and a slow poke, which I'm probably not going to use much. Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't really working for me. It was doing less damage, using more stamina, etc. I've got to go around. Gotta kill this guy. Okay. Killed that guy. Honestly, like, at this point, maybe I should just start using a shield. Because I'm getting punished a lot for not using one. And I'm not getting the damage rewards for using a two-handed weapon, for two-handing a weapon that I would in Dark Souls 2 is the other thing. Like, the way two-handing works is completely different in this game. It like increases the scaling, or it increases your strength basically for the purposes of damage scaling, which it doesn't in Dark Souls 2. In Dark Souls 2, it just means that the moves that you use, whoa, shit, do more damage. That scared the crap out of me. Not to the side. I wanted to roll back. Oh, Jesus. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna switch to a shield and see if I can get in the habit of using it. Okay, what do I got? I got the Hollow Knight shield. That's a fine shield. It gets the job done. And I'm too heavy now, which is fine. Back to the Wanderer manchettes and the... still too heavy. I'll just... actually, if I go back to the hood, or... I could do that. I'll probably look a little bit silly. Yeah, it looked pretty silly. Whatever. And now I can see if I can get used to using a shield. That didn't go great, but actually, now I'm curious how the lightning spear works with a shield, because I suspect it'll be a little bit better in this context. Or for that matter, how does the demon spear compare to the lightning spear? Okay, it's worse. Oh gosh. I do so little damage. Why do I do so little damage? Ah. Is this a special weapon? Well, let's find out how good it is. It's pretty good to start with. What's it scaling? Not too bad. I don't have the strength for it, though. Let's see, 175 versus 180. Yeah, just back to the Uchi katana, I think. I think that's a Twinkling Titanite weapon, like you upgrade it with Twinkling Titanite. Yeah, that's easier. And I don't even know why I was bothering to go down there. I guess there's Demon Titanite, though. If I'm making the Chaos Blade, I want that. I can do it later, though. It's not that far out of the way if I decide I want to. This is a lot easier. I can just get right in there, and I don't have to worry too much. And when he hits me once, I don't need to roll away immediately. I can stay in and just block. It's just easier. And I know it's easier. That's partially the reason I wasn't doing it before, but beggars can't be choosers at this stage, and I'm taking so long to do anything now that I'm like, excuse me, just do what it takes, Jesus, you know? This fight's a clusterfuck. I have no idea what's going on. There we go. That's interesting too. What's the Silver Knight Spear look like? Also pretty good, but maybe I'll just use this entire set. Like, basically what's happening now is I'm compromising all of my principles so I can actually have a chance to beat this game in a reasonable amount of time. As long as I'm under 50%, the amount of time. As long as I'm under 50%. Well under 50%. In fact, so under 50%, I can start looking at things like this. I look so stupid, though. I'm sorry, it's not acceptable. I need to figure out another configuration. It's a little bit better. So you know, if you haven't really played the game, you'll clearly see the difference in that role and the one I had before. If you compare them side by side, I was much more sprightly and mobile before. But what are you gonna do? You know, this is gonna make things go better, just generally so much. I guess it's one level's worth. Yeah, Levelsworth, the butler. And why don't I go human? Because soon I'm going to fight Ornstein and Spo. And my buddy Solaire here is going to be along for that ride. And I'm going to give zero fucks about which of Ornstein and Smough I kill first. I need to be careful not to do anything stupid and lose human status, because that would suck. Die a lot, please. I just burned to humanity and forgot to actually go human. Oh, jeez. Definitely at the top of my game here. Which means I need to kill those guys again. Oh, I think it also means I can grab another level here while I'm at it. Oh. I'm just gonna break a soul, because... that poke hits really hard. Or maybe they're just weak to piercing damage, but wow. Okay. Duly noted. It's the butt stab. That poke hits really hard. Or maybe they're just weak to piercing damage, but wow. Okay. Duly noted. Yeah, I wish the two-handed stance for Fuji Katana had that poke. Because it seems really good. It comes out pretty fast, good range, and it's so nice to deal piercing damage. Here's where I'd kill a Lautrec if I had one. So it looks like I'll probably get 2 or 3 runs at Ornstein and Smell before I hit 10 in the morning. Now I could... I think... Chaos Blade. I need... Oh, I just don't have enough souls. But yeah, there's no point to doing that until I actually can get that upgraded properly to, Oh, it's going to take more strength. It takes 16 strength. So yeah, I'm not going to bother, like, making a Chaos Blade today, but I'll do some research and see if that's going to work for me. In the meanwhile, I'll just try and beat Ornstein and Smo with Yuchi Katana, which seems like... I'm probably not going to want to make a Chaos Blade until I have enough Demon Titanite to get it to +5 immediately, regardless. Assuming that's what you use. Maybe it's Twinkling or something. I don't know. But I think all of the boss soul weapons take Demon Titanite. I thought I had my shield up. Butt stabbed. Okay, I'm just gonna completely not deal with these sentinels at all. Summon Solaire. Chug another Estus. And fight the boys. Hey boys, what is up? Boys, there we go. Oh, off to a great start. Having to get used to fat rolling. Where the fuck is Solaire? What the fuck is going on here? Oh god, I feel so slow now that I have all this armor on. And it doesn't help that Solaire just never fucking showed up. Man. I don't know. Should I go human again? I don't know. He was not very useful. Am I gonna use a shield in this fight? I don't know. I don't have enough resin to be comfortable using it on any single fight. Hopefully next time I play, I will have a decent frame rate, and that should help. At least a little bit. It couldn't hurt. Okay, since I'm not summoning solar, I don't need to run over to the other side. I can just down. Frame rate just makes everything harder. Might as well top off. I don't care which of them I kill first, by the way. If I was being conscientious, I would want to kill Snow first, because the Leo ring is very good. Ouch. Poked me in the eye. What kind of bastard would do that? Ouch. Okay. That's the first half of the fight. The second half is kind of easier, but also easier to mess up. I say that every time, but that's true. Shit, that hit me. I also don't remember this guy's moveset very well, so that could get ugly. Okay. Shit. I just got chipped slightly. Not a big deal. If that thing lands directly on me, it will just wreck my day. In fact, I need to Estus up again. I didn't realize I was this low. I thought I was higher. Oh, that was poorly thought out. Okay. Caught me on the edge of his hammer and kept me from punishing that. Oh, I killed him. I didn't even notice. Oh, well then, second try. Not too fucking bad, huh? Not too fucking bad. Solaire was just holding me back, especially since he didn't fucking show up for the fight. I was waiting outside for like 5 minutes with my cell phone. Yo, Solaire, where are you? Like, I'm fighting these big sentinels. Just do it without me. It's like, Solaire, I don't believe I can. But I did. I did that fight. Without Solaire. I just had to believe. I had to believe I could do it. I need to get my strength up to 16 for the Chaos Blade. Okay. Now here's where the lack of online play just is a real drag, because if I had online, there would just be all these messages around saying amazing chest ahead, and try grabbing with both hands. And it just doesn't feel like the complete Dark Souls experience without that. Yes. Yes. So that's the first half of the game, sorta, you know. It's a logical way to split the game up anyway. So by that metric, it should take me 2 more streams. I would like it if it didn't. I would like it if I could wrap it up in 1, but unless I do super fast, that's not likely. So what I'm probably going to be doing next is fighting Sif, who is in the forest here. Yeah. And by doing New Londo first, Sif is sort of a prerequisite for New Londo. You can actually do most of it before fighting Sif. That lets me get the very large Ember, which lets me get my weapons to plus 15, which is an alternative to getting the Chaos Blade. I might just want to bump my Uchi Katana up to plus 15, which considering how risky the proposition of using a Chaos Blade is, like, considering, you know, it does damage to me whenever I swing, that's a tempting proposition. But fortunately not one I have to, you know, make a decision on right away. So that's going to wrap up this stream. Thanks for watching, either now or later, if you watch it in the archives. And, yeah, this is a pretty good run so far. With lots of ups and downs, but it's progressing. Thanks. Bye.